Hi everyone, it is Jazz and this is Giving Up the Ghost podcast. Thank you for coming back. It is spooky season. Woo, spooky. And Halloween is always crazy for us and a lot of people out there. And yeah, so sorry about last week. It was a short week, didn't get an episode out. But if things do work out, I'm going to give you guys a little taster of what we've been doing for the almost last 7 years. And every day I am going to try and get a little rewind, if you will, on some spooky stories that we've collected. Just snippet episodes for the next 2 weeks leading up to Halloween. Ooh, spooky. Thank you for everybody that's come out and talked to us. We were at the Fantastical Emporium Market last Sunday. It was great to meet some of the listeners out there. I'm sorry about the sound quality. As I explained, I'm a one-hand band, and when it comes to editing and stuff, sometimes the mics don't always agree with Audacity, but we are trying and trying and trying. We make no money at this, so it's just for our amusement as well as yours, hopefully. So we did the market. We did Spirits with Spirit. So today's episode is really, really near and dear to our hearts. Lucky enough to have James and Judy from Haunted Atrractions come out and share some stories with us. We've featured them quite a bit on the podcast. Not that we're favoring one attraction over another, but their stuff is like good. And not only is it good, their property is actually haunted. So they walk the walk and they talk the talk, if you know what I'm saying. But that shouldn't deter anybody from not going to their fabulous, amazing attraction, because they work so hard to put these barns together, these displays together, and they always have like themes. And every year, not one, not two, but 3 themes. So this year they have Pinky's Bloodbath, they have Nevermore, and they also have, brain fart. But they have three displays on their property. It is such a nice experience because you know what? Like everything's indoors. So, I mean, the weather's been so crappy lately. Trust me, I know. We were at St. Norbert last night and rain. So, I mean, you appreciate being able to enjoy yourself and get the shit scared out of you and you're dry. So, I mean, definitely we highly suggest going out to Six Pines Haunted Atrractions from now on till Halloween night. So again, James and Judy came out. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it from the bottom of our black and dead hearts. So that's tonight's interview, or today's interview. And then following up to that, we have the ghost stories, the open mic portion of Spirits with Spirits. So it's always a good time. And next month, my God, I'm not a hype person, but truly, like, we are blessed, man, because Chris Rutowski is coming out on October 29th to the King's Head Pub, Spirits with Spirits, with ourselves, Giving Up the Ghost podcast, and our lovely co-hosts, the Winnipeg Paranormal Group. Can't have one without the other. We were able to go out with the Winnipeg Paranormal Group last night, and we were at the St. Norbert Education Center, also known as the Monastery and the Ruins. So we were able to do a little public ghost investigation there with them. That was pretty cool. I mean, I've never been there before. It gives a vibe. It has a vibe. A lot of consistent stuff that came out of that. So the nice thing about their tours is that when they break everybody into different groups, and at the end of the night, everybody comes together and shares what they've heard, what they experienced, what they saw. And guess what? Everybody always comes back with the same either name or sounds, or like it just, I if you're not a believer, you got to go on these ghost tours, and you know what? It would nudge you closer to that line of believing. That is 100% factual. So it was St. Norbert Monastery. That episode will hopefully come out by the end of October. I have so much to edit. It's ridiculous. But tonight or today, we are going to go all the way to Brandon, Manitoba, and we are going to be checking out the Daly House, which is, I think, comparably to the Dolnavert Museum here, the Hugh John MacDonald House in Winnipeg. Brandon has their Daly House, which is like a museum. Basically, we're going to explore it. We're going to do the ghost investigation. And so here we come, Brandon, Manitoba, ready or not. That's stuff that we've done, stuff that we're going to be doing again. October 29th, we have Chris Rutowski for our Spirits with Spirits. And he's not just all about the aliens. He also does a lot of stuff on paranormal as well. So he was originally one of the founding members of the Winnipeg Paranormal Group. So really little interesting factoid there. Yeah, so hopefully if things go well, we'll have a little snippet episodes from now till Halloween. Might take a little hiatus after that. We'll see what happens because I get kind of burnt out. But, it is what it is. Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedback. Thank you so much for coming and seeing us and sharing your stories when we're at the markets. It means a lot to us or to me. Hopefully we'll get share back on soon. We just want stories. Like you're just sharing the ghost love here. Remember, we know everything about nothing and nothing about everything. So can't hold that against us. But love the support. Love the ghost stories. It is spooky season. And come on down again, King's Head Pub, October 29th. Anyway, so that is my ramble for now. Remember also to email us at givinguptheghostpodcast@gmail.com. I'm trying to do a little bit more with the YouTube and the video. So in saying that, tonight in Brandon, we're hopefully going to catch some good footage for you and have that posted. And as always, remember to live every day like it is your last, but never give up the ghost. Ciao for now.
Start or do you want me to start?
I can start. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Awesome. Are you ready to hear some spooky stories? Yeah? You want to get some stories about Six Pines Haunted Attractions? Of course. Who here has ever been to Six Pines? A couple hands out there. That's awesome. That's great. All right. Well, I really hope that everybody will go and attend Six Pines after tonight because they're an amazing, amazing family who runs it. And we actually have James and Judy here tonight.
Hello. Hi, thank you. I'm Jazz with Giving Up the Ghost podcast, and this is Ashley from the Winnipeg Paranormal Group. So tonight we have amazing guests for you. We have James and Judy from Six Pines Haunted Attractions, voted number 1 of the haunted attractions in Winnipeg, correct? Correct. So come on down, guys. We'll get you seated here, and we'll start getting you telling us some stories of ShadowMan, because Six Pines Haunted Attractions is actually haunted. So that's the cool part, right? So you're getting extra bang for your buck.
Also at the same time.
Sure. And then you guys got a mic there. Sure. Welcome, James and Judy. We love James and Judy. Can I get a round of applause for James and Judy, everybody? Thank you. Perfect. So James and Judy, we met about 4 years ago, me and my partner Cher. We went out, we spent the evening, we recorded stories in their gift shop, and then we talked to their October children. Their October children is who they affectionately call their employees for the month of October, and they're such great people to work for. Their October children always come back year after year. And I'm talking living, not dead. So let's clarify that right there. Just to give you some background, when we went to record, everybody that worked there had a story. So that was pretty cool, of the ShadowMan. So maybe, with hauntings, there's history. So I'll give the floor to James and Judy, and we'll ask some questions, and then we'll have a Q&A. So if you want to just start and just tell us how you started your theme park,
Introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, we started, it's now been 27 years, and we started off as a petting zoo. We were the biggest petting zoo in Manitoba at that time, and I said to Judy, let's do something in the fall time, and we actually thought we were the only people in the world that were doing this sort of thing, and we weren't. Lo and behold, we went to some conventions in the States, and it's very big in the States, and we were actually the one that brought most of the haunting stuff to Winnipeg. There's been the corn mazes and mazes like that, but ours is actually indoors and undercover and stuff like that.
Perfect.
So that's how we started the Halloween part of it?
Well, it's
This is what
I'll do that one. It started off where we were doing a kind of a rotation like we did with our petting farm. We had, and it was for families during the day. We didn't get into the nighttime right off the hop. So one story I remember, James played Captain Hook back then at the treehouse, and it was daytime for the kids and the families. So we did have the haunted barn. We've always had the haunted barn.
Chris.
No?
Oh.
Can you hear me? Oh, is it not?
Okay, I'll go find Chris.
Okay.
Testing.
Okay.
No, she's
Try this one.
I have a very low voice.
Here, Judy, you want to try
just hang on. Well,
Unless I'm yelling at James, then it's
I can't hear you.
So we were doing a rotation where they start off at one of the outbuildings for a haunted, and then the kids would transfer all the way through. And the one year, I think it was in our second year, it got so busy the one day that James was just at the treehouse. He was going, "Arr, when do I get my break?" And I'm going, "No, honey, there's no break." So, and then a lot of the families were saying, you know, it's so good what you've got going on for the kids here. Why don't you have something for the adults at night? And then we kind of thought, you know what? Yeah, let's transfer this into the night. So we've seen a switch over the 27 years where it's gone from the daytime, where the nighttime now is the big thing. And it's a lot of fun at night. Not that the daytime wasn't fun with the families too. We still have something for the kids. They get to go through with their flashlights. It's kind of like our lead up to the haunted house for when they get older. Because they all want to come at nighttime, and the parents all say to me at the ticket booth, "Oh, they watch horror movies, they can do it, they can see it." And they come back to me afterwards crying, the little kid, and says, "I'm sorry, I should have listened to you." And so then I will give them passes to come to our daytime, which is more suitable for the young kids, because they go through with their flashlights, and it's really cool. And our flashlight kind of started when our kids were little, because we're the creepy parents. That was their bedtime story. We would go through the haunted houses at nighttime with a flashlight with the kids before they got to go to bed. So
I love that.
so that was cool. So that's kind of how the flashlight kind of started, and now our kids are fully helping us run it and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, that's pretty good for non-talking. But to get back into what we're talking about here, when we first moved into the house, we were renovating the whole house. So I had
Renovations, that's a bad sign.
Yep, we did. We left the house alone, and I had a mobile home that we lived in because the house was just a wreck. It was built in 1900s, and it needed a whole redo.
TLC.
Yeah, a little TLC. So we did TLC for 6 months, and we finally got into it. And I phoned my dad one night, and I said, "Man, does this house ever have a lot of noises?" And he says, "Well, what do you mean?" I go, "It creaks and cracks, and sometimes it sounds like people are walking all over the place." And I know that sounds funny and weird to people, so we actually just kind of brushed it off. And then one day, I was going upstairs to the third floor. It's a 3-story house. And I swear to God, I look up and I see this little girl at the top of the stairs, all dressed in white in a silhouette. And as soon as I saw her, I blinked and she was gone. And I thought, well, this is really weird. I haven't been drinking, and there's nothing. What's going on here? So we kind of laughed about it. I told Judy about it, and we had a good laugh about it. But then we started putting a lot of things together. We get a lot of footsteps. We get a lot of footsteps coming down the maid's quarter, and we've got 2 sets of stairs. We have a maid's quarters, and then we also have a full big stairs that go all the way to the 3rd floor. Big double stairs, really fancy stairs, old style. Like I said, the house is 1900s.
Farmhouse, like an old farmhouse.
Yeah,
Old farmhouse, yeah.
Beautiful house.
Yeah.
And we have been in the living room where all of us are in the living room, and we do have cats and dogs, and we're all sitting in the living room watching TV, and all of a sudden you'll hear thump, 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 thump. Someone coming downstairs, kind of look at each other, the kids and everybody, and we run to the stairs and there's nobody's there. And that happens where now it happens and we don't even look.
Yeah.
And we don't even say anything.
Yeah.
It's just something that happens all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And when people say like how often, I remember when you guys were out,
Yes.
you guys will say, how often does this happen?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what, it happens, I started taking note on it, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
But we're just so used to it. And I think it's a he, I think it's a guy.
Okay.
That's what I keep saying, the ShadowMan, it's a guy.
Right.
And he's not, he's more mischievous than he is like evil or mad or...
Yeah, it's not malevolent.
Man,
Yeah.
not at all, not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And what about the dogs? Like, what about your animals? How do the animals react?
Well, I'll let Judy that doesn't talk.
Yeah.
You can take it off too. If you want.
I think they're kind of used to it too. Like, I mean, my little dog Gizzy will just all of a sudden start barking out of nowhere.
This is a new dog we have.
Yeah.
This is a new
Okay.
dog we have.
Yeah, yeah.
We had 3 Australian Shepherds, and
Yeah.
they finally passed away. They were all 15, 16 years old. But before we got the new one, they would just stop and stare
Yeah.
somewhere. And it'd be kind of freaky when you're not used to it. But then we just got used to it after a while.
Yeah. But, well, how ShadowMan we gave it the name, getting into that. When we were working in the haunted houses, because we change everything every year, so we're in there moving things around, taking down sets, stapling up walls, taking, whatever off everything all over the place. And walking through there, and I would have an experience, James would have an experience, but we wouldn't say anything. And this went on for, I don't know, a couple of years. It just, something weird just happened in the barn, it's dark, whatever. And then it wasn't until your cousin kind of came over and he was talking about, James, were you in the barn? Like there was like a shadow. You could see the shadow that just kind of would go by you. And that's kind of how we gave it the name ShadowMan. And we just kept it to ourselves. It wasn't until actually, when was you guys were out 4 years ago?
4 years ago,
That we
yeah.
actually just kind of started talking about it. And it's just been something with our staff and ourselves and just kind of, and I think probably because of your podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably because of your podcast is how we brought it.
It's all my fault.
Yeah. Otherwise, he was always our secret.
So like she was saying, my cousin says to me, this is like second year in, we're setting up the inside of the barn, and we never said nothing to him, or we don't really talk about it. We never really talked about it for years. And finally, he says to me, he says, do you have like bats in here or birds? I go, what are you talking about? He goes, this thing walked past me. I thought it was the lights, but it wasn't the lights. And I kind of said to him, I go, oh, yeah, I guess you saw it. He goes, saw what? I go, well, the shadow. It walks around. We didn't call it anything. We just called it the shadow.
Right.
And he moves from the different parts of the farm, from the house to the barn. I've got this place called Terror Train and the Clown area. And I think when you guys were there, he was really big in the train.
Oh,
Yeah.
He kept setting off the alarms. I have those infrared things.
Yeah, the alarms were going off like crazy. We'd all be in one area and the alarm would be going off in another one, and
Yeah.
For absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
And that's been, like he moves past it. I don't know, the shadow moves past it or whatever. But there was a horrific thing that happened at the farm. I don't want to get too into details about it because he is a friend of ours still. The original grandson of the person who made the farm, and they had
I found the details. I found the newspaper article.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to share that one day. Not here, but it'll come up on a future
There was an
episode.
accident at the neighbors, and
It was an accident.
Well,
It was murder.
well,
A murder.
with
Yeah.
a cleaver.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not sure if the spirit is just still hanging around. I don't know, but it was almost like a female's voice, though, right? It was.
There's something still hanging around.
But I think
for
it's-
sure, because there was activity on the outskirts too,
Yeah.
right?
So big activity, yeah. But I think like if any of you who's all seen a ghost? Has anybody experienced, right? Okay. So in saying that, when you've got ghosts and people that die on a property or in a house, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay there and haunt. You've got transient spirits. So I think personally, whatever they have attached to their property is attached to the land because it's very old Metis Script land,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it
so
is.
I
Yes.
think, if anything, because that barn you have was the original house, right? Like, I mean, that little
yeah.
part.
Yeah, the stone building goes back to 1860 on the taxes for Rosser, so it's old.
Yeah, so in my opinion, again, just a humble opinion, I think, if anything, if I may be as brazen to say, it has to do with the land and not with what happened. That's just my.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it could be. It could be.
It could be.
They don't talk, that's the only thing.
Well, they did when you were picking up stuff.
Yeah, we were definitely picking up stuff.
Yeah.
You said you were picking up chains or jingling or something?
Yeah, I kept hearing chains. Like it was, I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it sounded like. Chains kind of banging together or being moved.
Yeah.
Like it's,
Well, I know back in the day, like ours had the old wagon trail that would go through our farm, like all the way.
To Stonewall.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Before they had,
it was a trail.
it was a trail.
Yeah.
That's where the original trail going to Stonewall goes, is the back of our yard that goes all the way up that way.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So then went through the farms.
Old piece of land.
Yeah, there's lots of history with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And with respects to the little girl, have you seen the little girl lately? Or
I've only seen it the one time.
the one time?
Only the one time.
Can you tell the story? I shouldn't ask, it's horrible. Can you tell the story about when you have people that sleep over in that one room of your house?
There's
I love the story.
we used to have people. We used to go and, like I said, to these conventions south and stuff. So we had some of our staff would stay, and Rachel and Ty, and they would stay over and watch the kids and watch the farm and all the animals and everything. But they hated it. They hated staying in the house.
Yeah.
They said it just creeped them out. They don't know what it was,
Right.
but it just creeped them out. And we said, well, you know, the ShadowMan's not bad. We used to always joke about it, just trying to calm everybody down about it. And but they would not go in the one room that has it doesn't have a fireplace, but it's got the fireplace chimney that goes all the way to the top, to the third floor. And that room, they do not like. And our kids never liked. We had it as a playroom, but they never went playing in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's one room that is kind of a weird room.
Right.
Just,
But is that the same one where people sleep in and have the same dream? Remember there was that?
well, that's the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The kids have all their old, like, they have stories
Oh,
that
yeah.
we've never really heard about until they started talking about
Yeah.
the story and everything,
Right.
about everything that happens in the house. My daughter swears that someone wakes her up and is right there in front of her face.
That's creepy. I've had that happen before.
Yeah.
Not a pleasant experience
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. And we had some staff that have been with us for a lot of years, and they said there was no way that they will not work in the Barn of Doom. They just can't. Catherine comes to my mind right off the hop. She was working the 1 year, and halfway through the season, she just said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it.
Yeah, so one of my gags was I had her up, chained against the fence, so it looked like she was chained, but she wasn't. And then she would run at people and scare them. But apparently, the ShadowMan came right up to her, and she came running, crying out of the barn, and she says, "I'm not fucking working there ever again. I'm not working there, James. This is crazy." And she went home.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that didn't happen.
But I remember, if I can be so brazen again, I remember the story that when you have some of the people who work for you and they sleep in that one room, they all have the same dream. They have the same dream. Maybe they just told me that. They have a dream where they're falling down the stairs. They've all had.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I'll have to go back to that episode.
Okay.
And
gotta
it's
see
just
who
like
that
two or
is.
three people were telling me that they were having the same dream when they slept in the house.
Okay, so-
Of falling down the stairs, but it wasn't them.
Yeah.
So, and I always wondered if it was connected to the little girl that they were seeing. 'cause,
Oh.
You know.
I don't know.
We went so far as when I saw the little girl, we went to the gravesite. That's actually, there's a gravesite that belongs to part of the property that used to be the Mile by Mile. They gave it to the community, and that's where they're buried, the original family.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe there was a little girl, right? But there wasn't. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a mystery to us. We're not really sure. So we have a lot of the different things that happen. Our son,
Okay, so that just happened this year.
Oh, really?
So I go, okay, we got to set up this, and this, and so he's out there setting up, and then he comes to the house, he sets up, he comes to the house, he sets up, and then he finally goes, I can't do it. He's
very active.
He's effing with me. I can't believe it, but I can't do this. And so I said, okay, we will go, and I'll go with you, and we'll do it.
Can you guys take the mic off and hold it?
Oh, is it really?
They just can't hear you in the back.
Okay.
So.
Sorry. Just pull it out. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay, is that better? Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Awesome.
So I'll do it again. My son was, he's now 22 years old. 23. And he was out setting up the barn. And we have 3 different areas that we set up. And he's setting up the barn, and he's coming in the house. And he's setting up the barn, and he's coming in the house. And he finally says, Dad, I can't do it. I can't. He's messing with me all day. And we're talking 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'll go and help you. And I just ignore it, because it's there all the time, right? So it's really hard to explain to some people that it's happening, and you're just going with it, because what else are you gonna do? He doesn't, trip you, or or he doesn't, hit you. Well, he can move things sometimes. Sometimes he will move things. Like we had a prop that we used to put at the top of the ceiling, and it would hang down, and it was like an arm or a leg. It was an arm and a leg, actually. And
Because you gotta have both.
yeah, and we would come into the barn, and it would be swinging. And there's no windows, there's no nothing, there's no birds. It's all closed off, and it's swinging.
Right.
And then you walk around, and you come back, and it's not swinging, and you're not even touching it.
And I think too, just because your family has lived there this last 30 years, if anything, it's going to show itself to your family. It knows you guys. You're there all the time. So as opposed to like just a random person who's showing up, I think it thinks it's probably part of your family, if anything.
That's true, but I thought you guys were coming over, and nothing's going to happen. And it's gonna be, oh my God, this is embarrassing, right? But it was good. It was a good night.
It was a great night.
But that's what he does.
And I think that year he was more active in Terror Train, and that's what all the kids were saying too. The kids have actually set up a shrine in Terror Train. We have those old antlers, and every year, pardon me, the staff that have been there for years, they bring something and they hang it onto the antlers of the shrine, and that's just their gift to the ShadowMan. And he's just been called that the ShadowMan. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I don't know if that helps him or whatever, but he seems to be fine with it. I think he likes the attention with everybody screaming and yelling going through our place.
Oh, and remember that one picture that we had taken when we were doing in the top of every year we change our theme, so that's how we can tell when people have been out to our farm. If they say, I really liked when you did the asylum, or when you did the I don't know, what did we have in the barn that year when we had the caskets all up there and we had the kids do something.
We had zombies one year.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but we had a casket up there, and we had all the staff, they were taking a picture of it, like photo shoot, right, and stuff. And when we go to look at the picture, like later on when you guys were there, we noticed the
Big orbs.
the orbs that were in the photos that were there. So
Like right in the middle of the photo, not like off to the side or off to the right, left. It was like right with everybody.
we just think he just has fun in October, so he's not a limited guy or anything. So we just think, and so we don't know. This year it seems like he's in the barn. Like I said, when you guys were there was Terror Train. Yeah. I remember when he was in the clowns, and so he kind of makes his room around. Yeah.
So we were thinking maybe it was because we have a lot of antiques. We do like real props, so we do a lot of antiques, and we do a lot of hospital stuff and like real stuff. And we were thinking maybe he's attached to something, right? So this year we moved everything around again, and now he's back in the barn. So it's quite possible he's attached to something.
Right.
Yeah, it is very possible. I mean, if he's, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything off the top of your head that you specifically moved from the train to the barn?
There's so much.
I know there's so much, and that's a hard question.
You know, we just changed everything to 5 Nights at Freddy's, so it changed everything around, and then we went to, you know, we're doing Wednesday this year, like Nevermore and stuff, so it's totally changed. We changed so much, and I'm going to start, actually, I've been thinking about that. I go, I should maybe keep track of what we're moving, because maybe I could find out what it is.
Right.
But it's the same thing, I don't really want to know either.
Yeah.
So maybe just to switch things up a little bit here. So with respects to your business, because it is a business, and you work so hard at it, when do you guys, and I know the answer, but I just want to ask, when do you guys start working for October? When do you start set up?
November 1st of the same.
Yeah, we start planning right after, we start getting ideas from the staff and everything and what we want to see. But usually May, June, when it starts thawing out, that we can get into everything and we do everything to the rebuild.
Right.
It's got to be thought out sort of thing. So we started this year at the end of May.
Wow.
And then we take everything apart and we all start all over again.
And for this year, what are your themes this year? What is the...
This year, well, 5 Nights at Freddy, or we changed it to 6 Nights at Freddy's, was so well received that we decided to also the bottom of the barn incorporate that. So the bottom of the barn is where a lot of the anybody watched that or played that game? Your kids probably have that 5 Nights at Freddy. Has anybody seen that movie or anything?
Yeah.
Anything? Yeah. So kind of similar where they take, you know, people and they turn them into animatronics or, you know, so it's kind of, that's what's going on at the bottom of the barn. They're stealing people and we are a very interactive haunt. So some people might get left behind, some people might get put someplace, you know, so there's that kind of fun stuff, right? And
Shit happens.
yeah, shit happens. and the clowns, that this year was called Pinky's Bloodbath. So it's all things gore, if you can imagine.
So we're gonna talk about Pinky here. If anybody is from the end of St. James, there used to be an ice cream parlor called Pinky's Parlor.
Anybody remember that?
Anybody remember that from Winnipeg? No. Anyways, it's a very old place, and I was a kid. We used to stop off there before we go out of town and get some ice cream. That's how I remember it. So I kind of made it after that. We called it Pinky's Parlor. And then we turned it into Bloodbath on the But my dad had an old, he used to deliver donuts when he was very young, and he has a 1950 Metro van. So I took that and I make it so people have to go through the Metro van and paint it up an ice cream theme on it and stuff like that. And that's how we kind of started off with that.
Everybody knows when you hear that creepy clown music coming down with the ice cream truck, right? I mean,
Yeah, so that's how we got that. And then we did this year, which is such a big hit, is that Nevermore with Wednesday. We actually have a cast that looks just like Fester.
Oh my gosh, when he sent me his resume and his photo, I went running downstairs and I said, could this have dropped in our lap any better? So he looks just like Uncle Fester.
And it's not like you offended him. He was like, oh, great.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's awesome.
And same with Wednesday. One of our actresses have been with us for a while, and so we've got her dressed up Wednesday. And actually, we're going to be doing a little video of them coming in the yard with the hearse.
Nice.
That we just bought. So yeah.
That's so cool.
Most people say, yeah, I got a new car. Our new car is, we got a hearse.
So now we have the Ecto one, we have the hearse, and we also have.
That was my next thing. We should tell everybody about your Ecto in case they don't know.
Oh yeah, I've got the only Ecto one in Canada when I first built it 20 years ago. Okay, and I also made a film about building the car. It's just getting actually to the part where they're putting it out. So I've got the Ecto one, and also I have
Mystery machine.
Mystery Machine that I'm building, part of building of. So yeah, we got 3 cars now, so we can all cruise it together now.
Yeah, perfect.
I finally get something to drive. I'm not allowed to drive a Ghostbuster car.
No, you're not.
But that takes some skill to park it where you got it parked in your
Oh my
ditch.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just like this one from the front, this from the back. It's just like right in there. No, nobody's walking off with it.
No, not at all.
No.
And
no.
it's not a challenge to Winnipeg by any means, so.
No.
No, the car is 22 feet long, so it's a pretty big car.
Yeah.
It's made from a 59 Cadillac S&S. There's only 80 of them made in the world, so it's one of 80. So it's a really rare piece when it comes to automotive history sort of thing.
Before we started our Halloween and our farm business, James used to restore antique cars, so that was his job. And when we looked at buying the farm, he thought it was great. It was a shop. He could continue renovating his cars and building antique cars. And then kind of the whole thing kind of took over, and now he doesn't do as much. There's no time.
Yeah, when I retire, I'm going to restore cars.
Does anybody have any questions for James and Judy in about 6 times Haunted Attractions? Any questions?
Yes, at the front here.
Has the ShadowMan or whatever, has it ever gone physical with anybody?
No.
No, never. I think the most it's ever done was come like really close to you, like shadow right in front of your face sort of thing, and that's about it. No one's ever been tripped
No.
or pushed or anything like that.
That's why we say he's probably like a trickster.
Right. Question?
Whose idea was it to do this? Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine display?
I didn't hear that.
I
Sorry.
didn't hear that said again.
Whose idea was it to do the Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo display?
That was me. Because there's not one in Winnipeg. And I'm making it out of a 1962 Thames, and a Ford Thames is like a little minivan back in the 60s that looks kind of like a Ford.
Yeah.
It's only 10 feet long, weighs 1,500 pounds. I'm putting an LT 6.2 in it, and yeah, it's gonna go like snot.
Very impressive.
Ah, thanks.
Say that.
We ended up buying the prop that goes with it is the zombie crew for the Mystery Machine. So all the crew is with them, but they're zombied up. So that goes in front of the car now for photos and things. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Scooby
So
looks,
much fun.
Yeah. Scooby looks really cool.
At the back.
Have you ever had like a medium or somebody come in to figure out like ShadowMan's story?
Well, Ashley can answer that one.
We didn't bring a medium with us, but we do have mediums on our team that if you want us to arrange, we can definitely have that happen for you.
We have always talked about doing that, and that's about as far as it gets, just because our lives, if you could appreciate it, is so busy with everything that we do that it's just kind of, just before you know it, the year is gone, and here we go again, and yeah. But we should. We really
I would love
should.
to.
We really should. Yeah.
Let's mark it down for like November.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, well, like Judy's saying, he's in the barn this year so far. He's really prevalent in the bottom of the barn, not the top of the barn, the bottom of the barn. And he does, he goes from the top to the bottom. Like last year, our group was saying he was in the top of the barn. They were freaking out a little bit up there. And this year he's in the bottom.
But again, just to clarify, it's not so scary that they still have the same staff to come back every year. So I mean, it's not that bad, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's right,
Yeah.
that's true,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there are some that say they won't work in the barn, but they work in the other haunted houses, so. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? No?
Okay.
Perfect.
What else was I going to say? So maybe just to explain, me and Cher from the podcast, we got James and Judy in touch with Ashley Kelly from the Olympic Paranormal Group, and we were actually able to get you guys, I think it was like 2 nights or 3 nights before you opened, right?
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, just to check things out, you know, and they gave us a tour. The ladies brought all their tools, investigation tools like ET meters and some of the other.
What else did we
They got a
have?
lot of cool tools.
Oh, we had the trip line, like the lights.
Oh, that's my favorite. Yes. So the nice thing about James and Judy is that they're such awesome people that when we were done for the night, they're like, "You guys want to come check out the house?" And it's just like you have to live there, but okay. And you guys like your lights were flashing in one chandelier. You didn't notice that because you're so immune to it, I think, right? Like,
Don't even think of it.
We pointed, we're like, does that always do that? Because it wasn't like loose bulbs, you know? And we're like, oh, never noticed it. And then the coolest part for me, and I think what also solidified it for my husband, who's skeptical, you know, type A personality. It was our 30th anniversary yesterday. 30 years. For putting up with my guest for 30 years. The best 30 years of his life. And with respects to Ash and Kelly, they used the trip line on that staircase. Like this,
that's right
this was the
upstairs.
craziest part. They put the trip line where the little girl's been seen on that one set of stairs. And I think Kelly was at the top, you were
Yep.
at the bottom, and you were asking the questions.
Yeah, so I was asking questions, and for those of you who don't know what the trip line is it's a series of lights. So we were able to put them down the staircase in between myself and Kelly, and as we were asking questions, you could actually see the lights light up one at a time coming down the staircase. So it was really awesome.
Never got to set off, so.
They are. You can't just hit
You
them.
can't just hit them, like you gotta like basically go whack them. Not that you would do that. But
I've done it.
well, you gotta make sure your product works. And then you're paying for that shit. Yeah. No
Yeah.
doubt. But yeah, that was something. You know, one of us was videoing it. I can't remember, but it was just like it just went off every time Ashley would ask a question. Yeah, like we were getting responses and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it was an awesome night. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Amanda.
thank you.
I know it's been 2 years, but thank you.
We need to do it again.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
With drinks. Yes. A little road rocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Alright.
time do we got here?
22. Any last questions? Otherwise, we will take a short break. And we encourage you guys, we've got an amazing vendor on the side here. We've got Filthy Little Things Soap Company, so come check them out. Of course, myself and Jazz have tables set up as well. Refill your drinks, sign up for ghost stories, and don't forget to enter your name into the ballot for the prizes tonight.
Yes. And of course, as always, thank you so much for coming out, taking time out of your busy schedule. Totally appreciate that.
Well, this is really a first for both of us, so I do feel a little uncomfortable up here, but
Yeah, she can't talk.
Well, thank you for so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And as Ashley said, please help yourself. We're going to do a draw. We got 2 prizes for tonight. Definitely put your name in for that. We're